my God. His brilliant mind. Sorry for your upcoming loss. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's fantastic. Dude, nothing compares to his work. It's cinema. Yeah, that's how my man came out of that prison, bro. Look at him. Oh, finally the light. You guys don't understand. I fucking hate that Assad guy, man. I hate that guy. He's a real piece of shit. Oh, it's so good. Oh, yeah, kissing foreheads and shit. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look. Oh, my God. Look.
Those words.
Oh, my God. Anyway. Well, turns out all the people that were saying this shit looks fake as fuck, dog. What do you mean? Well, they were right.
CNN journalist Clarissa Ward is being accused of staging her most recent reports on Syria. Tell us more.
That's right, Yinka. On December 12th, CNN published this report on its platforms. CNN's cameras, they say, caught...
Bro, this is literally Tyler Oliveira shit, okay? I'm sorry, but this is straight up like, this is some shit that you do not expect from an award-winning journalist. This is some shit you expect from a fucking YouTuber, man. Like, this is like FaZe Ronaldo. She's clip farming. Like she's part of the new FaZe clan. That's insane to me. What has happened? What the fuck has happened to mainstream media? What is going on? She threw up the FaZe after. She's like, Muhammad, can you throw this up for me, please? Yeah, FaZe up. This is worse than claiming your helicopter was shot at, which is why what's his face got fired. He reportedly was involved in theft, extortion, and coercing residents into becoming informants. According to locals, his recent incarceration lasting less than a month was due to a dispute over profit sharing from extorted funds with a higher ranking officer. This led to his detention in one of the Damascus cells. Oh my God. And you know they did not treat his ass in the same way that they treated regular old fucking people. Look at the way he looks. Like... So he was a prisoner vindicated? Brother. Since returning to Homs, he was attempting to gain local sympathies, trying to convince them he was forced to do everything. He has also deactivated social media in an attempt to hide any documentation. He carried weapons and was involved in war crimes. Brother. Yeah. He's the one guy you're supposed to keep in prison? Yeah. His only pick looks like a supervillain. Yeah. CNN reporter Clarissa Ward takes cover. Oh, this was really funny. Amid rocket fire in Israel, and then there's just like people casually walking behind her.
Yeah.
Is this that one?
Yeah. Down.
Isn't this the one where they're walking in the background? Am I crazy? This might not be that one.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're okay. You're all right. You're all right.
Okay.
That's the Iron Dome. Okay. That's the Iron Dome.
Yeah.
You're fine. That's why we want to pull back short design. Yep. Shoot move.
Guys. Are you seeing our situation, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, still going. Can you hear the shell? Stay down.
Stay down.
Like, Israelis were clowning on her, dude. Like, oh, God.
We have to stay here. We have to stay here.
Guys, come to us.
YouTube vlog really stepped up the production and acting. So did like CNN know, or did they get fucking played by dudes method acting? No, I think CNN is supposed to do due diligence. Okay, they're supposed to do their due diligence. How are you gonna fucking release a Assad torturer and be like, oh, he's a victim too? Like, you can't do that. You can't fucking do that. That's crazy. Like, look at his outfit. Like, even if he spent any time in that prison, look at his fucking outfit. Look at the way he looks versus the tens of thousands of prisoners that were released in the fucking days prior. Like, those dudes were actually fucking malnourished. This dude is in his own prison cell in a clean fit. Someone also pointed out when this released that they immediately sat the guy down for an interview instead of taking him to a hospital. Yeah, like, anyway. But yeah, CNN has acknowledged it. Free prisoner who said he was a victim of the Assad regime was an intelligence officer, locals say. Oopsie. Like, why do you release that video? Why are you so horny to put that out there without doing this due diligence? Like, it shouldn't be up to a fucking Syrian verification service to like actually figure out that the person you have released from prison is like probably the one guy who should stay in prison. This is like, you know, pretty clear-cut clickbait shit. You know what I mean? You clip it, you ship it, and then you deal with it afterwards.
At the moment, the Syrian man was freed from a secretive prison. In the footage that we'll take a look at now, we see CNN's chief international correspondent, Clarissa Ward, accompanied by an armed man opening this cell in a secret Bashar al-Assad prison in Damascus. Inside the cell, they find this man who is hiding under a blanket. He finally reacts and he says, I'm a civilian, apparently unaware of Assad's ouster. And more on this man. In the report, they say his name is Abdel Garbal from Homs. He claims he was arrested 3 months earlier for having his phone searched. The man is finally released by Clarissa Ward and her team, where he says he sees the first rays of sunshine in months before being taken, finally being taken to the Syrian Red Crescent. Since this video has been published, many have doubted its authenticity, claiming it to be staged, including Syrian reporter Hussam Hamoud on X. He's worked for France 24, Mediapart, Arte. He strongly criticized the CNN report, saying that amid thousands of real vivid stories from Syria, we certainly don't need fictionalized scenes to convey the truth, while also reporting on these Syrian women who are protesting and protested against this CNN report by Clarissa Ward, saying it's staged and offensive to the plight of detainee families.
Catalina, tell us what we know about the man in that video.
Well, Yinka, Syrian fact checkers verified this report by Clarissa Ward. They've actually found that this man is not who he really says he is. Verify SY, a Syrian fact checking outlet, indicated that they had obtained new information about the identity of this man, presented on CNN as Adel Garbal, who Verify SY says he lies about his identity, and even worse, he actually served the Bashar al-Assad regime. According to the Verify SY investigation, this man's real name is actually Salama Mohammed Salama, a detail that brought many shocking details to light. Salama, who is best known as Abu Hamza, is first lieutenant of the Syrian Air Force Intelligence, notorious for his corrupt activities in Homs. Verify SY actually collected testimonies from residents of the Al Bayada neighborhood, including these anonymous audios that they add in their report. The residents identify this man as frequently stationed at a checkpoint in the area's western entrance of Homs, infamous for their abuses on civilians. Abu Hamza reportedly managed several of these checkpoints in Homs and was involved in crimes including theft, extortion, and coercing residents into becoming informants. According to locals, his recent incarceration was actually due to a dispute over the sharing of profits of extorted funds with a higher officer, ranking officer, which finally led to his detention in one of these Damascus prison cells, as per the neighborhood sources. So despite his...
Is it a career ender for her? No, absolutely not. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
His seemingly innocent demeanor in the CNN report, Salama actually has a grim history of corruption, abuse of authority.
Is it a career ender for him, you think? I think he might be cooked. It would have been better off if he just like got released off camera, and that way he could have just not gone back to his own village, gone somewhere else, been like, yeah, this Assad guy, he's a big bad, right? You know what I mean? He could have hid, but nope. He had to get freed in front of Clarissa Ward and the entire Western audience.
And even the killing and torture of civilians during several military operations in Homs in 2014. These Syrian reporters hence beg the question, did CNN deliberately mislead its audience, or did it fall victim to misinformation?
Well, Catalina, any response from CNN regarding these accusations?
Well, after the Syrian fact-checking organization reported that this Syrian man gave CNN a false identity, CNN said that it subsequently launched an investigation into this report by their chief international correspondent, while Clarissa Ward has not given a comment yet following this backlash on her report. Libération contacted CNN, who denies any type of state.
Bro, this... like France 24 busting out the touchscreen for this is crazy work. They're having a fucking victory lap over there. They're like, yeah, okay, CNN. Like, god damn, dude, the fucking production value with the touchscreen. That's crazy. Here we are zooming into Clarissa Ward's face as she believes the very stupid lies that this Assad torturer is telling her.
Agents saying that the events took place as they appear on the report, and they reported the scene as it happened, including what the prisoner told them. Regarding the Verify SY's revelation, CNN told Libération that they are aware that the man may have given them a false identity during their ongoing investigation on the identity of this man. Clarissa Ward, though, is no stranger to these staged accusations. Recently in 2023.
They're bringing the old hits back. That's crazy. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. That's filthy. Oh my God. Okay. That is, I fear that's a bit much. Okay. They're dookie on Clarissa Ward. This is fucked up. Okay. This is fucked up. This video is basically everything you just said and showed. Yeah, but that's me. I criticize CNN all the fucking time. I'm not expecting France 24 to do a deep dive into the many different ways in which Clarissa Ward has like lied about shit. Yeah, I heard about this as well. The Sudan, Syria, and Gaza. The world doesn't see us. What a militia chief said while holding me captive in Darfur. This brews a constant reminder of the mayhem and heartache that has been playing out outside of Kabul airport. I got it when a very kind strongman who shall remain nameless physically pulled me into the safety of the airport through a small door in the gate, as dozens of other people pushed and crushed in. It's crazy because Clarissa Ward also is that bitch. And I mean that in a positive way. She literally snuck in with I believe it was a Qatari medical team and got like the first ever Western press from inside of the makeshift Palestinian hospitals. So it's like it's crazy that she does this, but then she also does that. And you're like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? She snuck into Gaza, chat. She fucking snuck into Gaza. And I gave her flowers back then. Like, that requires a lot of respect. Okay? That is actually unironically brave. Infinitely braver than fucking ducking for the cameras when there is a massive barrage of rockets near the Israel-Gaza border.
She came under fire once again for this Gaza report titled CNN team ducks from massive barrage of rockets near Israel-Gaza border, where we see her dramatically taking cover from a rocket attack from Israel during this live broadcast, where many accuse the journalist of yet another Oscar-worthy performance.
Damn, she underlined it. Yo. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's not good. That's crazy. Look at the smirk on her face. They cooked her. They cooked her. Isn't she just a careerist, wants to be seen as doing dangerous and potentially groundbreaking things? Okay. A lot of foreign, a lot of journalists tasked with a lot of war correspondents are like that. They're crazy. They're freaks. The difference is there are those who, treat their profession with dignity and actually go to where the violence is and actually put themselves in harm's way. And there are those who just basically, kick streamer style fake shit. Clarissa Ward has done both, which is why I don't understand why she has done both. Does that not make sense? It's not like she only does this shit. She does actually go. I mean, like I said, I give her a lot of credit. I give her a lot of credit for being one of the first, if not the only Western journalist to actually sneak into Gaza to get direct footage. To get direct footage from inside of the hospital tents inside of Gaza. That's when you were actually under fire. Like, that's not a joke. That's like when you are directly under fire. You have all of a sudden put yourself in the crosshairs of a nation state that will kill you and not even think twice about it. Sneak in. She was let in by Israel. It was all scripted. I don't think Israel would allow her to go into the fucking field hospitals. That did not look good for Israel at all. If anything, Israel's more likely to kill her when they find out that she's in the field hospitals. They'll be like, oops, I can't believe that happened. Oh, fuck. Oh, well, it was Hamas. We thought she was Hamas. Yeah. I don't think it's in Israel's favor for her to interview 5-year-olds who have been fucking amputated, okay?
Let's just bring in now our defense and...
Yeah. Also, Ukraine just straightforward domed a senior Russian general in Moscow, which is pretty crazy. Like, shit's getting heated. Here's the video.
Early morning in southeast Moscow, and a Russian general leaves his apartment building with his military aide. To their left, a bomb concealed in a parked scooter detonates, both men killed in the blast. Another camera captures the force of the explosion. It shatters windows, punctures walls, terrifies neighbors.
My wife and I were woken by a loud explosion. At first, we thought it was a drone.
Right now you see a lot of police, but usually everything is open. Anybody can go in and out.
Minimal security then for a high-profile member of Russia's military. Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov was head of the radiological, biological and chemical protection troops, and had just been charged by Kiev in his absence with responsibility for what it says are nearly 5,000 instances of chemical weapons use on the battlefield. Sources within Ukraine's security service have been quoted claiming responsibility for the attack.
What the fuck is Lula doing there, bro? Yo! Why is Lula there? Lula, get out of there! I mean, come on, Chad. Does he not look champion of the people?
Our enemies have already rushed to publish information about their involvement. The investigators must find the killers in Russia, and we must do everything to destroy the patrons who are in Kyiv.
Lula's bricked up for bricks, baby. He was like, I'll take the fight to Ukraine. I'm bricks.
The military political leadership of Ukraine.
Kirillov was a familiar figure on Russian media, where he'd frequently accused Ukraine and the Anglo-Saxon West of illegal chemical, nuclear and biological activity.
I think what's interesting...
Hey, Chad. I know that he was, this guy that got killed was in charge of chemical and biological warfare for Russia. But have you stopped to consider that he had a family? Yeah. This act must not go on. Ukraine is the greatest enemy of mankind. America must apologize to Ukraine. I mean, to Russia. I couldn't even say it wrong. Yeah. It's kind of funny to think that, like, CNN will breathlessly offer coverage to how shameful it is that Americans are not saddened by Brian Thompson's death, but then will immediately turn around and be like, and this guy murdered a lot of people, and therefore we should celebrate his death. It's like, okay, don't you see? That's how people see Brian Thompson. Like, bitch, that Russian guy had a family too. Ain't nobody cares. What happened? It's good stuff. It's good stuff overall, you know?
Interesting is why it's been targeted. It's not just by the Ukrainians, if we assume the Ukrainians, to take action against the man who's being responsible for use of chemical weapons against their troops in Ukraine, but I think also as a figurehead for the sort of lies being pushed out, and also to send a message to the wider Russian state that no one is beyond reach of the Ukrainian special forces.
On the battlefield, Russia has been assaulting Ukrainian positions occupying Russian territory in the Kursk region. Ukrainian units posting these images say they show North Korean troops being targeted, as many as 50 men killed over the course of 3 days.
For the third day, the enemy is conducting...
I saw that. I saw only like the snapshot where I saw his face. I don't know why they're blurring his face. He's not dead. I mean, they might have killed him afterwards. But the problem is you can't tell if that's like a North Korean guy or just like an Asian dude that also is Russian. You know what I mean? There's hella Asian dudes. There's hella Asian dudes in Russia. Like, I feel like they just keep pointing to Russian, to Asian dudes and being like, that's the Korean. Now, I don't know. I'm not saying that like that there aren't North Korean troops deployed at all. But it is funny when they're just like, they're doing this thing where they're trying to do race science. Is this guy Siberian? Is this guy Turkic? Or is he North Korean? The other thing that I did see was that he was, he looked real fucking young.
Intensive assaults in the Kursk region. North Korean army units are being actively engaged. Their mercenaries have already suffered big losses.
But this is a war being fought on other fronts. With Russia's economy under growing stress, it's ever more reliant on its shadow fleet of sanctions-busting oil tankers. 2 broke up in the Black Sea over the weekend. Today, a third issued a distress signal. The environmental costs are mounting. There are reports that shortened riverine vessels, unsuitable for heavy seas, are being used. The Prime Minister in Estonia promising to sanction 2 Russian maritime companies and 20 ghost tankers, less forthcoming on this morning's attack in Moscow.
I think that's a developing situation, but this morning's discussion was very clear about the strategic need for NATO to stand as we do with Ukraine in this critical period.
Critical as both sides seek advantage, take risks, with just over a month before the return of Donald Trump to the White House and his pledge to impose a swift end on this war.
And after months of deadlock, Israel and...
I think it's kind of wild that like they're presenting this as like Donald Trump wants to seek an end to the war. Like, I think people don't understand that the broad reception of this for most people in public is not going to make Trump look bad. It's going to make him look good. Maybe I'm crazy, but like most people don't have the same, most people, like normal people, don't look at this in the same vein. Maybe in Estonia or, you know, Lithuania, maybe in the Baltics, like people are very aggro and understandably fearful of Russian incursion or whatever. But like, I think if you're in the fucking UK and you have your deeply unfavorable prime minister running around, going to Cyprus and being like, we are defending our Air Force, our Royal Air Force is doing a fantastic job. What they're doing, I cannot say because it is a war crime. What they're doing are war crimes, aiding and abetting in the crime of genocide. And then flying to fucking, flying wherever the fuck he flew to be like, yes, we're going to continue the war effort. Like, I understand the morality of the situation in terms of, you know, Ukraine's righteous emancipatory interests. But I don't think people are looking at this and thinking, like people in the UK are looking at this and thinking like, oh, Trump's going to end the war. Like that's automatically a good thing. Okay. For many people, they automatically go end of war. That's good. That's not bad. That's not a bad thing. So you're ascribing a positive thing to Donald Trump. New North Korean troops fighting with the Russians versus Ukraine in Kursk has suffered several hundred casualties, killed and wounded. Those are not battle-hardened troops. They've not been in combat before, per U.S. military officials. Some of that is showing. Casualties among North Korean troops fighting with Russia versus Ukraine in Kursk spread across all ranks, per the senior U.S. military official. North Korean troops fighting in Russia in Kursk are primarily special operations forces being employed for light infantry type tasks. Overall fighting in Kursk remains difficult, per the U.S. For the senior U.S. military official. The Russian counteroffensive has caused the Ukrainians to cede some of this territory they had back in Kursk to the Russian forces. Russia's main effort appears to be in the Donetsk region. They continue to make incremental progress. But as the Ukrainians get to more defensible positions, we think they'll be able to shore up defenses and last for some amount of time. In Kursk, it will be a hard fight for the Ukrainians to hold what they have. I have no doubt that they can hold it for a period of time that extends at least a few months into the future. Why would you take the Pentagon's word for it? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this guy literally is a Voice for America guy. So This is directly the State Department. But I also don't understand what purpose it serves to be like North Korea is really a player in this. Yeah, it turns out ceasefire very quickly. The ceasefire conversation was very quickly packed up by Bibi Netanyahu's favorite boy, Barak Ravid, who said, big gaps remain between Israel and Hamas, and a Gaza hostage ceasefire deal isn't imminent. Israeli officials tell me. So it turns out that the ceasefire talks are not imminent. Moldova Mama Liga is back. I'm partial. I don't really care about the North Korean story. It could be true. I have yet to see, aside from like a couple photos, like the drone footage and whatnot, where you don't have any way of knowing if it's a North Korean person or like a Siberian person or a fucking, you know, like someone who is of Asian descent. That is in the Russian ranks, or if it's just like a straight up North Korean troop. But also, I don't even fully understand what North Korean troop, like what kind of motion North Korea has. You don't understand the severity. Russian simps saying those are Kazakh people, not North Koreans, Lamau. No, they could be. I'm not saying they're not. But I also don't understand like how consequential that is, because it's fucking North Korea. They got no motion. You know what I mean? No, you can see right away they wear mittens. You guys get excited for a troll? Yes, Moldova Mama Liga has yet to answer for the crimes of Moldova in ending the unjustifiable, inhumane embargo against Cuba. Because of sore wrists? Why? Because they're jerking it too much? Is that what you're going to say next? I saw that video too. I saw that article. North Koreans find porn for the first time. They lose their minds. They're just fucking tugging it. Mama Liga, answer for your crimes of Moldova. Moldova abstained from ending the inhumane, unjustifiable blockade against Cuba. Why have your people done this? Last year it was Ukraine. We overcame. Son of a bitch, you did this. You're 1/10 responsible considering the population size of Moldova. Yeah, your silence is deafening. Damn, didn't know Moldova is in the Security Council? Yes, dude, he's one of the 10 people that live in Moldova. See, he didn't even know. They didn't even, bro, Moldova Mama Liga, ever since he escaped to America to come back to Moldova stronger with 2 cows so that they can have even more defense against possible Russian incursion, he has lost track of all Moldovan affairs. He was about to double their defenses by 2 cows, not 1. Moldova, I was infiltrating Vatican and Indiana Jones in the past 10 days. Yeah, Moldova voted to abstain. For the 32nd time, the world demands an end to the U.S. blockade on Cuba by UN resolution. In favor, 187 nations. Against 2 nations, United States and Israel. Abstention 1, Moldova. Oh, all of a sudden, you're not familiar. Answer for the crimes of Moldova right now. I will take away your extra cow. You will not be able to bring it back to Moldova. Abstaining is not that bad. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, that's why only one country did it, and it was Moldova. Anyway. Donald Trump is going to potentially protect TikTok. So there's that. Moldova, you keep this energy up, we will recognize Transnistria, okay? You understand me? I will get into Trump's ear. I got my ways. I'll pull a Miriam Adelson. He already loves Putin. I'll pull a Miriam Adelson and give him all of my ill-gotten gains to recognize Transnistria and be like, oh, Russia's got security concerns. Russia's got some real. It's Pridnestrovia. Okay, that's even harder to say. I barely got around to being able to say Transnistria. And now you're telling me it's Prigozhin or whatever? What the fuck? What? North Korean soldiers react to grand best moments? Shut the fuck up. Why a North Korean woman was shocked for the first time? America? North Korean female officers react to loving America. Loving American dads the first time. What are these fucking videos, man? What the hell is this fucking slop?